It is September 12th, 2024. And I don't think I actually ever finished any of the videos I attempted earlier this week to post them. Just kept getting interrupted. I'll probably get interrupted on this one too, but I'm just going to keep recording. Because I don't know, I just noticed that Ripley and I are the only ones here, but no one told me they were leaving, so they may show up again. Very busy week this week. Set up appointments for next week with primary care doctor. Renewed a bunch of my prescriptions. I got all screwed up and I had to get it redone because for some reason the doctor's office transferred all my prescriptions to a different pharmacy. Why, I don't know. But that's hopefully been fixed. Went yesterday and got the ultrasound done on the left leg. It was actually quite a painful experience. They had to get me in this angle to be able to get a clean image of that leg on this small little table that I really don't fit on. And you had the tech doing the scan, and then two other nursing assistants, or I don't know what they actually were, lab assistants, I have no idea what they were. They wrapped a towel around the growth. Actually, I think it was a sheet. It was a sheet around the growth, and they pulled it and lifted it up so she could get a good scan around the inner part of the leg and thigh. It was quite uncomfortable. In fact, it was extremely uncomfortable. It was a newer ultrasound machine, so she didn't have to push as hard, so I don't think I'm going to bruise. And I did get to throw out a little wisecrack to break it all up there. Just kind of pointed out, this is not the way I pictured this fantasy going. And they all dropped, and they literally dropped me. They both dropped the sheet and the growth went down. And everyone was there laughing, so that was good. Needed something this week. And today, went all the way up to Wisconsin, to Milwaukee, to Froedtert to meet with the doctor there. I am extremely exhausted from that trip. And I got up at 4:30. I couldn't sleep anymore, so I gave up. I couldn't eat or drink anything before going because I can't use a public bathroom. So I didn't even eat last night for dinner. And I hardly drank anything yesterday because I was going to the other hospital. So I'm going to have leg cramps like hell tonight. I was crammed in that van, front seat, traveling all the way up to Milwaukee when there's massive construction. Now, oddly enough, we were told to leave early. I saw all the construction, so we left really early. And we got there pretty quick. In fact, the hospital became visible to us. Let me put it that way. So we were at the hospital 1 hour before the appointment. But it took that hour to find a parking space in the garage and for me to get to the actual doctor's office. I even brought my wheelchair. And that's when I discovered I can't use my wheelchair at all. Because the growth won't let me, because of the way the growth, when the growth shifted a few months ago, it now comes down in a way that I just can't get the legs in a position where I can get into them. I mean, maybe with some assistance, but I don't think so. So I brought the wheelchair. I ended up pushing it all the way in. I had to get it out of the van on my own. And I pushed it up to an area where I can try to get in it. I couldn't get in it. So I just keep moving farther down the line, getting closer to them, try to get into it. And I just finally gave up and I finished walking the rest of the way. You know, got in, and it was really crowded. I mean, really crowded. It is a massive hospital and medical school. I mean, it's huge and it's getting a lot bigger. I looked at some of the construction. I wanted to put a drone up to show the size of the place and what they're building. But I was just so tired, I didn't feel safe flying the drone. But I finally get in there, and I check in 1 minute after I was scheduled to be there. So I took that whole hour to get a pretty damn short distance. A surprisingly short distance. But I got there, they got me in the back room, and then it was another half hour or so before she came in with her nurse practitioner. And immediately she remembered me. And, she says, we're going to find a way to get this surgery done. Which is great of her to say. I mean, I was right. She doesn't do the lymphatic repair. So there'd be no repair if they did it. So it would come back eventually. But the problem is she always was ready to do the surgery. It's the second surgeon that is not. It's the second surgeon that was forcing the deposit. And I don't see him for 2 weeks. So at first I was like, oh my God, this could get done. Even though it's not going to be exactly the way I want, it could get done. And then I just all of a sudden like, oh shit. That's the doctor that's going to, again, probably demand the money. So I got to find a way to get this GoFundMe going more. I got to work on that tomorrow. I've got to find a way to promote it. Rush was supposed to call me today. They did not. I'm going to call them tomorrow. I got to get an appointment with Rush and do a second one, a second opinion. I also took, on Wednesday, I took my Wegovy shot, and now I've gone back a dosage because of the screw up with it giving me too much. So I'm now at 0.5 milligrams for another 3 weeks. I did lose, I think it was just under 3 pounds or just over 3 pounds. I don't remember the exact number. So I did lose something this last week. I wish it was more. This week I should do a lot better because I've met my steps for the week. I mean, yeah, admittedly, I'm only right now at 7,000 steps a day. I should be up, working my way up to 20,000 a day. But in the last 2 days, I've got enough to beat the 6,000 for each day this week. I think today I had, so far I've had 13,000 steps. Which is probably good because I don't think I'm going to be able to walk tomorrow. I am nervous. If they can pull off and get this to go through, I'll go with it. I'll figure out how to get the lymphatic system fixed later. And I'm going to pray that this doctor in 2 weeks doesn't say, yeah, give me that 80,000, give me 100,000, then we'll do it. You know, pay me up front, I'll pay you what's left. I'm praying he doesn't do that to me this time. They took a lot of photos with me because they want to try to get it pre-approved. I don't know if that's going to work or not. But the fact that I can't use a wheelchair anymore, that it's touching the ground when I'm sitting most of the time. Right now, this bench is just a little off the ground. I'm also kind of sitting on it at the moment. But I am so damn exhausted because the AC in the van does not work. It's like 85 degrees today, 88 degrees today. And so hot. I got home, I sat down for a few minutes, put my legs up for a few minutes, and I fell asleep. I woke back up, threw the CPAP on, went back to sleep. Only about 30 minutes. Maybe 40 minutes. But, it's something helped. Because today's not my late night. You know, the podcast I watch it every couple weeks is on tonight. And then I meet with a bunch of people afterwards and talk to Trevor late at night. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm just... gotta get this... I gotta come up with more money. Because I know he's gonna want that money. I know he's gonna want the money, and I don't know what to do about it. I really don't know what to do. Maybe I'll win the lottery this week. It's almost $1 billion. I can use that. I really shouldn't be drinking this, but I gotta wake up. I'm literally sitting outside, get the air. It's warm but comfortable. There's a little bit of a breeze and it's comfortable. But my left foot is so swollen at the moment, I couldn't even come close to get a shoe on. It just wouldn't fit. And my watch is vibrating. Junk mail. Junk text. Now, see, Ripley knows how to do this. I can't even see. It's like, I'm hoping she's on the screen because I can't see the screen. But she's just laying out there, sunbathing, enjoying the sun, enjoying her yard. I eventually get this surgery, Ripley, I'll join you out there. Well, I'm going to end for now. Thank you for watching. I'm going to throw at the end of this. I was playing with the Insta360 today, driving up there. So I'm going to throw that at the end of this. Bye.